was established in 1969 by Artie Borders, Cliff Lee, Mike Lee. Who else?
Mike came afterwards.
Mike came after.
Yeah, Mike came in 71.
No, I'm sorry, Mike. No, Cliff was there before Mike.
Right,
So
right,
Joe Mack.
and Joe Mack. They were sports guys. They played sports, and there wasn't a large minority population. And I don't think there was a lot of women there either. So I think that they kind of relied on each other for support, socialization. A lot of them were inner city youth who had come from that type of environment. So Upper Iowa was kind of different, farmland, and it was a different experience. And so they kind of came to rely on each other, and they decided to form an organization, and they called it the Brotherhood because mostly it was the guys.
Right.
So I don't want anybody to take offense to that, but it was started by guys, and eventually, as more students started to come, more female students, etc., they just all gravitated, and then we just were known as the Brotherhood. We were known as the Brotherhood on campus. The college gave us a black house. We called it the Black House because it had black windows. It was painted purple.
But it's painted purple.
Yeah, painted purple with black trim on the windows. But they gave us the house to, we used it as a study hall. We used it to have parties. We used it to, cry about our lives or whatever. And it just became a social center for us. And so it just became known as the Brotherhood. So that's basically how it started. And they got really serious when they began to recruit the students. Like the year that we attended Upper Iowa, I think it was the largest recruitment that they had of black students that came in at one time. Most of us were from Chicago, but not all of us. We had some other students from other areas of the country. But we grew, I guess in 1 year, the population grew from less than 20 to maybe almost 50,
Right.
which was really good for the school. And at that time, the population of Upper Iowa, I think they only had 1,000.
I think it's 1,200.
Okay,
Yeah.
1,200 students.
Yeah.
So that kind of growth was really big for the university at that time.
What we used, also the Brotherhood helped to formulate relationships throughout the state. So we would travel from school to school with each other, just uniting with other minorities, and just it was a great opportunity for us to. We went from East Orange, Iowa, to Iowa City, so we went the whole gamut in terms of the area, and those are places that we had never traveled before, and just to know and for others to see that there were other minorities experiencing the same thing throughout the state. And I think it helped.
You have to keep in mind too, the 60s there was a large growth of black unity, and all over the country there were organizations coming up like the Brotherhood. Okay, the main point was to support and also provide like a cultural basis that we could relate to. There were no black fraternities up there at Upper Iowa. Okay, me and my friend Zeke, we were the first blacks to pledge a black fraternity up at Upper Iowa. And the Brotherhood provided the framework for us to kind of come together, which was important and just added to our college experience.